Hello and welcome to another episode of Tech Fanatic Official, your honest guide to the cryptoverse. Today I'm going to talk about Cogito, which is incubated and powered by Singularity Net parent project. It's basically a decentralized AI-driven stable asset. So the product, if you go here to their white paper, is a stable coin as a service product, creating a new class of digital asset, which is called Tracer Coin. So the Tracer Coin acts as a complement to the existing stable coins that we have in the crypto. And there's a lot of problems right now with stable coins in terms of stability, pegging and non-pegging, depegging that's been happening the last year or so, especially what happened, I guess, in USDC. So what they tried to do is initially they applied the green coin or G coin concept to trace the green index, measuring the progress of net zero economy. And they're going to use AI to basically do this tracing. And it's going to be quite low volatility in terms of the change. So it's going to be Gcoin along with the future coins in the Cogito Tracer Coin family. It's going to be a regulated native token that can be used. And of course, their main token, which I'm going to talk about later, CGB token, is going to be used for governance and also to support this algorithmic stabilization of the token. So it's a tracer coin, which is AI powered and it's algorithmic. We've seen algorithmic tokens before in this blockchain, but with AI, it's going to help better in the calculation. And protocol is going to also offer different DeFi products once launched. So it's not going to be only stablecoin. It's a stablecoin as a service, basically, plus DeFi, which is going to manage the volatility. So, and the way it's going to work is, algorithmic stabilization method with AI and traditional are key to the operation for this project. It's going to be risk-weighted reserve. And the reserve is going to contain some liquid and illiquid backing that will be managed by the ASP or algorithmic stabilization protocol. And then they're going to have the autonomous stabilization function, so the fixed and dynamic function that they have. And it's quite a technical concept, this, and I'm not a specialist in stablecoin, but if you want to read more, I'm going to put the link here as well. But essentially, this is the product offering what crypto basically needs: a stable coin that's actually a stable coin as a service. So it's not just one stable coin, it's actually providing the service for DeFi function as well. And here also in their own website, so that was the white paper. In their own website also, you can see the unique selling point is that tracer coin function, which is the AI-driven stable asset pegged to a 9 financial indices, that's the differentiator between this project and other projects, the framework that they've developed. They have a demo as well if you want to see, but basically they have a data layer like World Bank, United Nations, and the indicators get updated there. And they have the AI layer tool, which integrates and aggregates all this data and put a weighting average to quantify the progress that they're making. Then that together gives the green index that tracks the progress towards the net zero economy. And that basically forms that G coin, which is going to be the first tracer coin serving as an alternative stable coin. And here you can see the demo. If you have Cardano, I don't have Cardano, I'm not following Cardano much, but if you have a Cardano wallet like Nami or Eternal, you can connect and actually go to the demo and see how you can mint it. So this is the testnet of this. You can mint the G coin, and the exchange rate is, for example, 1.01 test ADA gives you the ability to mint one, and then you can burn as well. So if you have and you can have a wait list, but if you have a wallet in Cardano, again, I don't have, you can participate now in the testnet and understand how it works. But in a sense, in theory, they create an index using the data set that I've mentioned. Then they use the AI function of SingularityNet. And as you know, SingularityNet has the strongest AI engine in Web3 to get that stable output. And then they get incentivized by the CGV token, which is for community governance, to adjust this index. They have the peg mechanism, but this is dynamic pegging mechanism based on the incentives and adjusting the circulation supply. as well as the open market operations, which I said using AI to do the price prediction and market arbitrage. And then they have the active treasury management, which also I've mentioned. They have the reserve to manage and generate yield and ensure that the protocol is going to be fully redeemable. Here, this is just talking more about how they're going to have the stabilization, which I've mentioned. They have the deposit protocol, stability protocol, and the autonomous stabilization function, which together they form the algorithmic governance protocol. Again, if you're interested in the whole theory, you can go through how they're going to put the policy guards and smart minting as a collateralization mechanism and the governance mechanism. And it's been simulated. Again, you can go to the testnet, and also it's been simulated by finance gurus. So that's why it's going to be a differentiator in the space, especially that we definitely need a stable coin, probably not backed by US dollar, because you've seen this year US dollar has caused problems. So I think this would be a good alternative. Especially that the AIs can be used, and SingularityNet obviously has Ben Goertzel as the chief scientist officer of all their projects, so that can give access to advanced AI tools and help them with the AI expertise they need. So that's the key differentiator. I'm not going to go to the risk management, security, counterparty, regulatory, and operating risk framework because I cannot provide you financial advice on this, but this is something any financial project, anything that's offering stablecoin or DeFi needs to have. So it's good that they've covered regulatory, counterparty, security, and operating risk, because I believe there needs to be regulations in crypto. And I'm happy that this project is led by people from HSBC previously who have the experience to lead this. Yeah, very, very interesting. And in terms of the roadmap also, they have that covered. So jumping into the roadmap, step one for them is to integrate with the ecosystem. So the trading, lending, borrowing function, and the Hypercycle integration. Hypercycle is another project that's like a layer 0, layer 1 sort of chain using AI. And it's also founded by the SingularityNet team. So that integration is first. They're going to extend their portfolio to add more Tracer coins apart from Gcoin that I've mentioned to their ecosystem in Cogito. Risk-weighted reserve, as I've mentioned, they're going to have risk weighting, and the reserve is going to continue to have a robust deployment. The step 4 is going to be having the multi-chain presence. So not just Binance or Ethereum or Cardano, but they're going to go to others as well. First, they're going to start with Cardano and then to other places for the Gcoin. Otherwise, the CGV token is going to be available in ERC20 as well. In terms of use case outside crypto, also is going to be offered as an instrument, because as you know, a lot of banks also are looking for this. So if they can manage to do a regulatory approval, and also if they manage to successfully deploy it, they can also be a tool that can be used to partner up with the banks. So that's really a positive. Now, before going to the team, I would like to also talk a little bit about the tokenomics and token utility. Again, I'm going to put the link here as well to understand more about it, but I gave you the nutshell summary of basically what the project is about. Now, their tokenomics, they've gone through it in a greater detail. So the utility for the CGV token, the token that we are going to buy if you participate in IDO on launch next week. So the CGV token is the governance token, also the utility token of the entire protocol. And the token is used to enable you as a community member to directly contribute to the future roadmap and the parameters of the Tracer coins that they're going to launch. So the key utilities are managing the index to help adjust the components and the weighting that indices have. Help with the management of treasury. So they help you regulate the allocation of the assets to different portfolios that they're going to have. You can make a decision on that. You can change also the minting and redemption policy for Tracer coins. So these are the sort of votings that you can do. And you can decide on what new Tracer coin they can launch and what it needs to use as an indices. And also you can decide about buyback and burn the future. So this is because the CGV is going to be the core and they're going to launch Tracer coins under it. Now, in terms of the tokenomics, 38% is for ecosystem development, being a protocol. Advisors and team get 16%. Strategic partnerships provide 5%. Adoption for network and getting more networks, and that was 15%. Staking community rewards 12.5%. liquidity provisioning on launch 1.5, and then the total sale is seed round is 5, community is 3, and public is 3. So 3 and 3 is 6 and 5, 11, 12% of the total tokenomics, including influencers, is for sale. That is really great. I'm always saying it should be under 20%, but this is under 12%. That is really good. In terms of tokenomics, they have sold the seed round at 2 cents, valuation of 20 million, raised 150K. Community round and Singularity Net DAO round, they sold it at 0.32, so 3.2 cents. And they sold $1 million of this. And then Launchpads, which is going to be in the next few days, I'm going to talk more about it. They're selling the token at valuation of $40 million at 4 cents. Same price for influencers. And that's the total raise they're going to have on token generation event. So the total raise is going to be $3.25 million, or $3,350,000. And that's less than 12% of total tokenomics. So that's very reasonable, even though you might think the valuation is a bit high. Now, in detailed tokenomics, unlock seed round is 5% TGE, 6 months cliff, and then vesting unlock is 18 months, linear monthly. Community is 10 months, 10% TGE, and that's a bit cheaper round, 3 months cliff, 18 months linear vesting. Public round is 15% unlocks on TGE, 3 months cliff, and then 18 months monthly linear vesting. KOLs, 15%. So this is the same. As you can see, it's really nice because as a seed investor, you do get a good chunk out in the beginning because the price is half of this and you get 10% basically if you do the calculations. But public still gets the most, which it should be like that. And then the cliff here also is favoring the public for the first 3 to 6 months and then moves to the seed. I think this is really good way to do it. I like the tokenomics. Liquidity, 100% TGE, that's good. Staking is going to be 18 months linearly. That's also how it should be. I would have done it longer, to be honest, because it's going to cause a bit of inflation, I think, here. That one I would do 24 months. Network adoption, team advisors all have long cliff. So no problem here. All looking good. And here you can see the tokenomics. Total supply is 1 billion tokens and going to be less because it's deflationary. And you have the pricing and the liquidity provisioning that's as well. So that's great. That's the tokenomics and the token utility for the project. Now, in terms of team partners and backers, we go back. So they have Chloris Chen as the CEO of the project, and she has a banking and finance background with DeFi. She's been working in HSBC as a treasury director, and then moved to a unicorn startup. And she's a person who has computer science / accounting, I think, CFA is financial analyst. By the way, everyone is doxed. You can check them on LinkedIn. So for example, I'm just giving you one example. You can go and check Chloris herself. She's a CFA, so chartered financial analyst, and works in HSBC before and in banking as well in Hong Kong, and has a background in economics, finance, and computer science, which is exactly what you need for a project like this. Ben Gertzel is always involved in Singularity Net ecosystem, so he's well known. I don't need to introduce him. The CEO also worked for 25 years as a senior banker at HSBC. Tony is a tech lead at Meta before, so Meta, the Facebook Meta, and Harvard University Comp Sci background, and then they have people again who have blockchain as well as finance and fintech background. So these are great backgrounds and partnerships to have. In terms of partners, they have Singularity Net as their parent ecosystem. You can go to the Singularity Net website, or AGIX token, which is the biggest AI token in crypto. They have Singularity DAO, which is the DAO under Singularity, or SDAO token. And they're one of the launch pads basically that did the community sale. NewNet, which is an AI product as under Singularity Net. They've got DJ Ed, Koti, and Cerberus Lab. DJ and Koti, for you, if you don't know, they are partners of Cardano. So Cardano actually invested in this project, and Koti, if you know, it's a stablecoin company under Cardano. Like if you know Cardano, you should know Koti. And DJED was the first, I think, stablecoin sort of thing that they're gonna raise. It's already, I think, live on Cardano ecosystem. But anyway, that's why they're gonna launch on Cardano first for the Tracer coin. So this is in terms of partners or backers. In terms of social media, I'm gonna talk about one of the other backers as well soon. But in terms of social media, or maybe let's talk about the other backers. So the project has been heavily backed by Cryptopia Venture Capital. I personally understood a lot about the project when I went to the Cryptopia VC, and they heavily, I think one of their partners, Rich, he actually heavily helped the project from incubation to launch now. So yeah, they definitely helped a lot. And I'm gonna do a full video actually on Cryptopia in the next month or so. But it's Cryptopia is basically a decentralized investment VC, community related, and what they have a Telegram and Discord. I'm gonna put the link for you. And what they have as a VC, first of all, they're very community supporting. They select very handful of projects and they work hard with them. So for example, you go to their website, to YouTube, see these guys talking about Cogito, and then they talk about a lot of other things related to SingularityNet. So they do informative video for you. As a venture capital, they have tier, so you can either be a member, they have membership, or you could have their NFTs. They have Karma NFTs or Elite NFTs. If you did Karma and Elite NFT, you can invest up minimum $750, up to $10,000 in different projects in seed round or community round. And some of the projects they're working with, SingularityNet, Magic Square, and Myria. And also, some of the fund that they raise and fees they charge, they actually go and have a Cryptopia Foundation that they use that money to develop and empower countries like Guatemala that are developing countries. So they go and help them, build hospitals, ecosystem, eco hubs, for environment and things like that. Again, I'm going to cover this in more detail, but these are some of the unique functions of their company or VC. And if you go to their partner, you see Hypercycle, one of the SingularityNet projects, and also a partner of Cogito, Rejuve, SingularityNet, Magic Square. So they are very heavily supporting SingularityNet projects, and they were super heavily involved with Cogito. You see them everywhere. So, and if you held one of these Karma NFTs, you could have invested in the seed round, which basically you could have invested half price compared to public. So, if you want to get the first round, cheapest round, you could have joined and participate in this if you were part of the Cryptopia VC. Again, I'm going to do a video about them in greater detail and about their NFTs, but this was just a snippet I wanted to do about them, and shout out, good job. And you can see they're putting a lot of posts about Cogito here. They're now in CoinMarketCap. They did the AMA with them, token generation event of SingularityNet, and also the launch. Now, going to social media, Cogito has 40,000 followers on Twitter. Again, as I always say, my Twitter is on my Google Chrome. That's why it's showing not follow. Otherwise, I'm following them. So on Twitter, they have 40,000. They're active on LinkedIn. They're also active on Discord and Telegram. So on Discord, they have 5,000 members. Telegram, they have 12,000 members. And GitHub also quite active. So in terms of social, also remember, they are going to, they're getting the support from SingularityNet ecosystem. So anyone who knows Singularity immediately gets supported by Cogito. So that's also a good point about the social media. Now, in terms of launch detail and IDO, they're launching on 3 different launch pads. So Singularity DAO, you can go to their website and check, but basically Singularity DAO did their community sale, which I've covered, the price of 0.32, and they also did a little bit of sale of public. CDFI is doing a big sale on the public round at 4 cents. Engine Starter is doing a public round at 4 cents. And GeniusX. GeniusX is a Cardano launchpad. I don't follow Cardano much, so it's a big ecosystem, yes, but I don't follow it much, so I can't cover it. But as I said, Cardano is a big partner of Cogito, so they're going to do a very, very big raise, actually, for GeniusX. Now, going back to the Engine Starter sale for Cogito, register interest was open until today, and if you've registered, you can participate in the IDO. The IDO is going to be in 2 days and 18 hours from now, so it's going to be at starting around 30th of the May. So 2 days from now, let's see. Now it's 5 a.m. UTC. Around 3 a.m. UTC, they start the sale, and start from 30th of May and the guaranteed round until next round, which is going to be on the 31st of May. And then first come, first serve round starts on the 31st of May. So if you've missed out on register interest and participation in the guaranteed round, if you hold any Engine Starter token and you have your wallet whitelisted in their platform, you can participate in the first come, first serve round, no problem. Everyone will get an allocation for that after. Positive thing is they're raising 180,000, usually it's 100. So this time I'm expecting a bigger allocation for first come, first serve round for anyone that participated in the public round. You can get more detail on allocations, claiming portal, and vesting schedule and everything, except the countries that are not allowed, unfortunately, but that's the policy that they follow. So this is basically how you can participate in the IDO. In terms of listing, they're going to list on 2nd of June, and they even have a timer on their website, I believe. If you go scroll up, they have a whole time. Yeah, they have a timer here, 6 days and 6 hours. It's going to be on Binance chain, so that's great, cheaper gas fee. And they're going to list on a couple of centralized exchanges and also that's decentralized exchanges. I cannot name them, but the common ones, some of the common ones that people do. So I can name more, which is great. And you can get a hint, I guess, from the previous Singularity Net launches. So this is the summary of Cogito. And I'm quite interested in the project because I haven't seen other products. And that's why I wanted to cover it. Now, please make sure you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, you put comments down in the description. If you have any question, I'm more than happy to find the answers for you. And I hope you enjoy this video. I try to speak faster today to make it short. And I hope you have a great weekend and see you next time. Bye.